I know, it's been a minute since my last video. I've just been very busy as of lately. I promise you, I am going to stick, after this video, I am going to stick to a schedule. I'm going to try and upload once a week. I'm also going to try and upload once a week on my other channel. I started a reaction channel. If you're interested in those type of videos, please check it out. I reacted to Dantadan episode 1, but anyway, welcome. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, then welcome back. I haven't had time to really film much of my life lately, so there's not really like a whole video I can give you right now. So I figured the best I could do is to just have a sit down talk with you guys. It's not really going to be a vlog. It's going to be more of just like me talking about the subject. If you're new here, I usually do vlogs, and I usually have the vlog centered around a particular subject that has to do with self-improvement, essentially, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually, all that. I kind of just want to get right into it. I'm sure, as you can see from the title of today's video and even the intro that I played, the subject of today's video is self-improvement. Not just self-improvement, but also continuous improvement of one's own life, the betterment of one's own life. There is a book that I've been reading. It's the Marcus Aurelius Meditations. I'm sure you've probably seen it on TikTok or YouTube or something like that. It's a pretty well-known book. If you guys don't know who this guy is, he was the Roman emperor. Roman emperor during the height of the Roman Empire. About 2,000 so years ago. I think it's a bit more than that. That's just around the ballpark is what I had heard. But yeah, he basically wrote down all his findings and his philosophies and his beliefs and values and thought processes into his journal, I suppose. And he had written all that down, but he never intended to publicize it, to publish it. And he was kind of just going to keep it for himself, but I suppose after he died, someone had found his journal, and since then, word got out about this journal, and basically this whole journal is stuff that he's written about in his journal, his philosophies, his thoughts, his processes, his values, all of it. He was apparently he was a pretty good philosopher, not gonna lie. And so yeah, he's written quite a bit down in this book that I so far have been reading and very much enjoying. And there's a lot of things in here that are similar to some of my videos that I make, and are in theme with what I kind of preach about, which is self-improvement. And there is a passage in here that I wanted to read a little bit. Kind of goes along with today's subject, which is continuous improvement and betterment of one's life. So the one I'm going to be reading is almost at the very beginning of his meditation. It says, "To grasp the idea of wanting correction and treatment for my character, not writing up my own speculations, delivering my own little moral sermons, readily recalled to conciliation with those who have taken or given offense, read carefully, not satisfied with my own superficial thoughts or quick to accept the facile views of others." This covers a lot, not just continuous improvement, But this kind of gives you, see, continuous improvement and betterment of one's life. If you view it this way, that's like the overarching goal, but it doesn't explain or tell you how to do that. It's not like a 1, 2, 3 step process. It's very much like just an overarching goal that someone should have. The keys, the steps to take are described in that passage. Those aren't the only ones, obviously. There are many more, but those are very important ones. You know, you can interpret that any way, but to me, what I read, when I read the first one, to grasp the idea of wanting correction and treatment for my character, I very much so interpret that as trying to be introspective. The last video, or maybe even the video before that I made, talked about looking within oneself and kind of criticizing yourself, and not in a unhealthy and bad way, but just trying to look at any flaws that you may have and try and correct them. Try and better those flaws to the point where you don't feel like they are flaws anymore. Now, no one is going to be perfect, like I had said in that video, but you know, if you really truly want to live not only a better life, but be a better person, improve who you are, not change who you are, but improve upon yourself. Because no one should change, but everyone should strive to improve. And like I said, there is no such thing as perfection. So it doesn't matter the age, ethnicity, religion, point in one's life. Nothing can stop you from improving your life. Regardless of where you are at, nothing can stop you from trying to improve your own life. It's just simply something that you have to want, and if you want it bad enough, you will find the missing pieces to then improve yourself. And that's why I feel like that one sentence, to grasp the idea of wanting correction and treatment for my character, is to understand fundamentally what you need to improve on, and then correcting that or treating that for your character, for who you are, for how you portray yourself as, not just to others, but yourself. You know, it's very important to really dig deep and understand what it is, not necessarily that you have to fix, but you have to improve upon. So I feel like that is a very important aspect of self-improvement. On to the next one, the not writing up my own speculations, delivering my own little moral sermons. That's also very important, I feel. That's pretty important as well. What I interpret from that, not writing up my own speculations, delivering my own little moral sermons, my first thought goes to not judging others for things you yourself can be judged upon. Not writing up my own speculations, not judging or not, assuming things of other people without fundamentally understanding who they are and how their life is or what they're doing. If you don't understand something, you have no right to cast your judgment or opinion upon that thing. So you should first improve upon that and try and understand that particular subject or person or anything that you were trying to pass judgment upon before you do so. Because if you want to give out your opinion or your judgment on a particular subject or person, and you want it to not be egotistical in that way, you want it to be in good faith, then you have to understand it. You have to realize it, and you have to improve on the areas that you don't know about. So if you're trying to judge someone for their choice of action for a particular subject, and you don't know or have never experienced what they're experiencing right now, then you should first educate yourself. And that 100% applies to self-improvement, because you're educating yourself on a subject that you have not yet known or have knowledge of. So that's also very important. The next part of this is delivering my own little moral sermons. So not just casting your own judgment and opinions on others, but, pushing your agendas onto other people as well. You shouldn't, if someone believes in a different religion than you, and they're perfectly happy in that religion, you should not try and push your own religion on them. And that's just to do with religion. It can mean multitude of different things. What kind of food you eat, the way you work out, the way you think, the way you feel with your emotions, the way you work, the way you drive, the way you play video games, the way you do anything. Do not push onto other people your own agendas and your own ways of doing things if they, one, did not ask for it, and two, if they tell you that they do not want that. It's okay to speak from your own experiences to other people to try and help them and give advice and do it in good faith. But when you're telling someone how to do a particular thing in the way that you do it, when they do not ask for it or need your judgment, opinion, or belief or value in that thing, then all you are doing is trying to push yourself onto their life. You are trying to take control of someone's aspect of living, and that's not something that you should do. So knowing when to do it and when to not do it is very important. Okay, so the next part of this says, readily recalled to conciliation with those who have taken or given offense. That's pretty self-explanatory, I feel. So, those who have offended you and those who have taken offense from you, you should always try your best to understand that person and really dig deep down and realize why they might have gotten offended, or realize why they may have offended you, and try and not just forgive, but try and do better with that person. Try and mediate things and understand where they're coming from, because not everyone can do that. It's a very, it's funny, everyone kind of understands the value of what it means to be kind and understand someone, but not everyone actually does it. And learning how to do that is, even though it seems and should be easy, it can actually be quite hard. So learning to understand others and truly understand them, it can lead to a lot of good things, good outcomes in life. You never want to make enemies. You always want to make friends. So that's why, not just forgiving, but also understanding others, and also making sure that they can understand where you're coming from and that you did not mean to offend them and things of that nature. The next is read carefully, not satisfied with my own superficial thoughts or quick to accept the facile views of others. So, read carefully. Very simple. Trying to first think, understand, and realize situations and context of things before you act upon them. So just kind of like just trying to really dig deep and think about something before you genuinely say it. Yeah, not satisfied with my own superficial thoughts or quick to accept the facile views of others. So I'll break this up into two things. The not satisfied with my own superficial thoughts. So do not listen to the voice in your head that tells you you can't do something, or things don't go that way, or this or that. Any negativity that you think of, you have to kind of just let it roll over you. Don't fight it, because if you fight it, it'll only get worse. But just kind of accept it and just let it roll over you. Do not, like it says, not satisfied with my own superficial thoughts. Just don't give it any fuel. I know that's hard, but the more you practice on it, the more you do it, the easier it is. And then the next part is obviously quick to accept the facile views of others. That is one of the most important things you can learn when it comes to self-improvement and betterment of one's own life. It is the bread and butter of this subject, is to just not care about what others think, but to truly understand that you do not have to listen to everyone. And that's not to say that you cannot, that nobody else can bring value to you. Obviously, you should, listen, try and understand people. If someone does not bring you any value, if someone does not have a positive impact on your life, I know it's kind of heartless and selfish to say this and cold, but you do not have to entertain them. If someone is simply being mean or negative or cruel to you, a subject, another person, anything, you do not have to listen to that person. You do not have to do anything for that person. You are your own person, and you should not care what other people think, feel, value, believe, because it does not affect your life in the simplest of ways. Like, it does not matter, because they cannot change your life. If you let it affect you, it changes your life. It changes your outlook. It changes your feelings, your emotions, your beliefs, your values. It can change all of that. But if you don't give their words, their opinions, their beliefs, their values, anything, any weight. Like, what they say cannot change the outcome of your life. And it's hard to do. I know, trust me, I still have difficulty with it sometimes. People that I used to know, I still value their opinion, even though, quite frankly, if they were to say something negative to me, what can I do? Like, yeah, it might sting a little bit, but you just kind of have to learn to let it roll off of you. If people don't like you, people don't like you. Like, you don't have to be a people pleaser. And you shouldn't be, because everyone has their own values, not just internally, but as a person. Everyone has value. Everyone's life matters. Everyone has their own life that they get to live. So passing judgment on another person for living the life that they want to live, or having your life judged for the way that you live, those two things simply don't hold weight. So just don't care. Just let it roll off of you. I also have another video explaining that very subject of just not letting others dictate your life. I won't go too deep into it because this video is already running quite long, but that is the gist of things. There's obviously more that I could say when it comes to self-improvement, continuous improvement, betterment of one's own life. That whole ideal, really just anything that has to do with positive impact to you or to anyone can be categorized under that ideal. So there's hundreds of different subjects that go under that umbrella of things, but these are just some of them, some of the important ones that I really do think that people should take into account more. So thank you for watching. Back to the regular scheduled vlogs next week, don't you worry. Please consider liking and subscribing. It would mean the world to me. I hope you enjoyed watching today. But I will be back to my regular scheduled vlogs next week. Don't worry. Just had a lot going on lately. Alright. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.